Star Wars Outlaws is the other game that I've been playing like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Um,
Should we just jump into it? We can talk about that right now.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone calls it one of the best Star Wars games ever made.
I don't disagree.
It's, I mean, I'm still very early into the game, so I can't like definitively say that, but it's super good. It's very much, before we went live, me and Matt were talking like, it's kind of like Hitman in a lot of ways because and also the Metal Gear Solid series, like it requires you to be like very sneaky and sort of like think about what you're doing and be aware of your environment because it's one of those few Star Wars games where you're not a Jedi. You're just like a regular ass person.
A scoundrel.
Yeah, and if you get shot with
Solo type.
Yeah, and if you get shot with a blaster just like a couple of times, you're dead.
Good.
And you can't
they're freaking laser blasts.
You don't have force powers. You don't have a lightsaber. You kind of just have like kind of your own wits, and a lot of the missions are like you want to just like sneak around and find kind of it. The game definitely like wants you to like think of it like a smarter way about how to like accomplish a mission. Like whether you're like trying to steal something or break into a place. It's not easy because I think you can probably, and I'm sure like as you get later into the game and like upgrade your skills and stuff, you can probably go hard and like blast your way through stuff, but early game you can't.
And I don't think that I don't think it's very fun to blast your way in. I used to hate the Assassin's Creed games, and as I've gotten older, I kind of dig it. I enjoy the Zen-like moments of patience where I have to like figure out how to get in, and like I enjoy that. Like last night I was playing and I had to get into an Imperial compound, and I must have spent like 20 minutes just scouting out the compound. And
because you gotta like mark where everybody's going.
Yep.
And
so if it's like Assassin's Creed, is it also sort of like the Shadow of Mordor games as far as the gameplay loop? Okay. See, I like those kind of games. I like those kind of games.
And so as I was telling AC before we started, it reminds me kind of like a mix of Assassin's Creed and the Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order games. Especially Jedi Survivor, because Jedi Survivor was a lot more open world than Jedi Fallen Order. But it does kind of feel like that. What do you think about the ship, AC? Have you gotten your ship yet?
Yes, I have, and it's actually pretty fun. It's pretty simple combat. I don't know if it's like kind of like a mechanic they thought about more in the game. But
it reminds me a lot of early No Man's Sky.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't take a whole lot of learning to learn how to fly the ship and dive around places, and it's been pretty fun. I've just been enjoying like the whole like the world and like the lore building with it. It's like I can tell like the people that wrote the game and designed the game are Star Wars fans.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing for me, and that was so I guess now is a good time to segue into the question that you asked me right before we started, which was well, go ahead and ask it again.
Oh yeah, sure. So there are basically like kind of several like crime families or syndicates or cartels.
crime.
The Huts?
The Huts are in there. The Hut cartel.
Hey.
That you can. There's.
I know those ones.
There's the Spice Runners, the Pikes. Yeah, the Pike Syndicate, and a bunch of others that you can join, and if you help them out, they'll like you, and they'll even like discount the items that you can buy from them or weapons that you can buy from them.
Yeah.
But if you do a mission for them against another cartel, like that other cartel will be like hunting you down.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
So, and which is, so your question was that, which cartel do I want to be friends with? And because I am such a Star Wars nerd, and I know the backstory, I've read books and stuff like that, and I know the backstories of each of the cartels. The Crimson Dawn is really the only one that I'm like okay to get in bed with. And I absolutely hate the Pikes, and it shows in my gameplay right now because they're just like all the way hating me, and on every world they hunt me down. Like as I'm going around every world, they're hunting me down.
I piss off the Pikes, and they come after me a lot too.
Yeah, it's easy to piss off the Pikes.
Yeah, and it's like, gosh, it's a nerdy thing. Because
yes, Mikey.
I'm also with Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
Because I want to meet Amelia Clark's character, who I know is in the game.
Oh boy.
She doesn't play her character.
I know, but it's her.
Okay. But yes, and I don't want to spoil it for you, so I won't tell you anything.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm not quite there yet. I'm sure you said
now it came out how long ago? How many days ago?
Friday. It came out Friday.
That's right. Okay.
Still
and Mikey asked if the Crimson Dawn from the Han Solo movie, and yes, it is the Crimson Dawn from the Han Solo movie. They were in more than just the Han Solo movie. They were big in the Clone Wars and the Rebels. They were actually led at one point by Darth Maul.
Oh snap! I know him.
Yeah, the Crimson Dawn.
That's why they're called Crimson Dawn.
Oh,
yeah, he's a big red guy.
Yeah. So the Crimson Dawn is who I ally with, but right now the two syndicates that really love me are the Hutts and Crimson Dawn.
I know. The two others are like not. I guess they were, kind of created for the game, so I don't know a whole lot about them, but I'd like to kind of delve more into their stories too.
Well, you also get, and I don't think it's that much of a spoiler because it's pretty early on that you see that you also get reputation with the Rebel Alliance as well.
So Rebels.
Yeah, so you can. You can get reputation with the Rebels. Obviously, no matter where you go, the Empire is always on your back, and you get that Grand Theft Auto like wanted across the screen. Oh. Yeah, no joke. Like you get a big old flash of wanted across the screen if you do too much bad stuff to the Empire, and they come after you.
That's how I'm very curious about how the story will go. Because it's not like Grand Theft Auto, because
right.
Kay as a character, she seems like, pretty good. Like, I don't think you can go like super, evil and dark with her.
I haven't really been given any choies that are super evil and dark. You tell me
there's not going to be a split ending in this game where you choose between the light side and the dark side? I thought this was Star Wars.
Well, here's the thing. It's Star Wars, so it's got to be canon.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know if there will be like a alternate ending. I think like Kay's story.
Star Killer?
I'm pretty. I'm pretty sure. Like so far, what I've seen is like Kay will end up not like part of the rebellion, but always doing the good stuff, doing the good choices.
being a Robin Hood type.
Because here's the thing: is like
rich, give to the poor.
The whole like point of this. I think the whole premise of the game is like it's like a Han Solo simulator. Like you're basically Han Solo, but like if Han Solo was
this young lady
with her
little dog.
With a little dog.
He's so cute.
And a robot companion. Oh, it skipped right past it on
the screen. Also, and
ND5.
I don't know if this will ever like come up like within the story. Maybe Matt, but like it seems like she does have like powers, and it's like through her connection with Nex, and it's like because like he can see things through walls, and then like he relays that back to her. So I'm wondering, like,
sensitive little doggy.
I think he is. Oh. I think that's kind of like what they're implying.
And he is like it does say in his bio at the very beginning of the game that like he's the only one of his kind that's really known throughout the universe. So you could be right. Little Nix could be a force-sensitive puppy, which, I mean, look at him. He's so adorable.
I want to pet him.
Right?
Yeah, and he's also, like, very, like, so integral to, like, the gameplay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first when I was playing, I was just like, okay, he's a cute guy. He just follows me around, but I don't really want to use him, but...
You have to.
He's the little girl from The Last of Us?
No, she's not Ellie.
Well, kind of.
I'm trying to make a Last of Us joke. I've still never played that game.
Where, yeah. Well, like Joel could, tell Ellie to go certain places, but like Nix can, he's a small little puppy, so he can crawl through vents. He'll grab stuff for you. He'll pickpocket people. Like if you need some money, I mean that was kind of like the whole like tutorial with Nix is just like. Get some money.
Go steal money, yeah. There are like parts of the game that you cannot get to. Like there are doors that you cannot open unless you send Nix. And one of the cool things about the game is that pickpocket people too stupid to notice. Yeah, Mikey.
I think that dog took his wallet.
I think he took his wallet.
Also, like, you'll break into places that have like security cameras, and then you can send Nix to like distract the camera. Because I guess, in Star Wars the cameras are also droids. They like are sentient and they look at everything.
Yeah.
Right. Nix is great, and I've just come to use him probably more than I should. Like even when I'm like standing right next to something that I could just hit R3 and grab, I'm like, Nix, go get that. So I use him. Once you get into the habit of using Nix, I think that's what Ubisoft wanted was
I think Facebook
you to use Nix a lot.
Yeah, he's pretty integral because Kay, as Kay, you can only do so much. I mean, she's pretty capable. Like she's like just like climbing and sprinting everywhere. I love like if you see a vent and you're trying to escape from some bad guys, she'll just like dive into the vent. Which is awesome. So so far what I played, it's a solid video game, and I kind of want to shut up this stream so I can go play some more right now.
And Mike, you were looking
finish the show with us.
Okay.
You were looking at the galaxy to explore there a second ago.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm watching the
there it is.
Stream. Okay. So let's see. What planets does it say? There's
Toshara, Akiva, Kijimi, and Cantonica.
Okay.
And there's more if I scroll. Oh, also Tatooine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm able to bounce. I'm at the point in the game where I can bounce through all of those areas.
Nice.
But I don't think
I'm still on the first planet, to be honest. That's how early in
better.
the game I am.
Mikey, okay. So I think that probably the people that you're watching stream the game are doing what I'm doing right now. And they're just going for the main quests. But it's like a Bethesda game where if you go into a cantina, somebody will be like, "Hey, you," and you go over and you talk to them, and then they send you down this huge quest line.
I was an adventurer once.
Yeah, and I took an arrow to the knee, and so there's a whole bunch of quests that you can do, and most of the maps are pretty gigantic. Like, I compared one of the worlds to the map on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and one of the worlds is the same size as the map on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Wow.
So these are pretty gigantic maps for each world.
Huge.
And there's
Billions,
little things.
billions. Sorry.
You're okay.
Continue.
Like world events will pop up where you could be out on your speeder, and all of a sudden you hear on the radio that the Empire is going to attack some pirates that stole some Imperial equipment, and Kay says, "Well, I need that." And so you have to, you can go, you don't have to, but you can go and fight these pirates and the Empire and take the supplies. And it's just...
Yeah, because it is like sort of they made such a good job of like making it a living world where it's like, because there is basically a big war going on aside from, the Empire versus the rebellion. There's the cartel wars that are going on right now because they all want to seize, their power. And like the main antagonist, you basically meet him like right away.
in the opening cinematic.
Yeah, what's his name? It's Centro?
I think Mike showed it a minute ago when he was looking at the cast of characters. It's like I forget his name. Sliro. That's his name.
Yeah. And
remember his name. He is Sliro, and he's got a beautiful cape.
Yeah. The whole story kicks off because like you're trying to like pull a heist off of him, and then you kind of get like wrapped up into the rebellion and all the cartels and so it's really cool. I'm curious about like what's going to happen with that story. Because he just had you were trying to. Well, I'm not going to say anything else.
And I can't really say much because I put the story on hold and I've just been playing Sabacc. And I've just been cleaning up at the Sabacc tables. That's really what I've been doing.
What kind of game is that? Is that cards, dice? What is it?
It's a card game.
Yeah, there's Sabacc, but there's also like right off the bat you can go. You remember in The Last Jedi, because the game starts off on Canto Bight, that the Las Vegas Star Wars planet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they have like the horses. You can bet on the horses if you want to.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
But there's also
space horses. You mean?
Space horses.
Yeah, there's space horses.
The other cool part.
Years.
Yeah. The other cool part was there's like an arcade. You just like stroll by and you can play some arcade games, and they're pretty much based off the original Atari Star Wars games.
Hell yeah.
That have like that, vector type graphics.
Yeah. Did you ever play that one on Super Nintendo though? That was pretty sweet. I like
they're
the
really
Super
neat.
Nintendo one.
They're really neat. These are way before the Super Nintendo ones.
Yeah, Mikey. Sorry, Mike.
Go ahead. I was going to say the same thing. You go.
Well, I love that Mikey is referring to this because the Darth Bane series is at my absolute effing favorite Star Wars book series of all time, and I wish they would do a movie. He did play Sabacc, and he played Pazak.
Sabak and Pazak?
Yeah, he played both. Pazak is a little bit different because the cards actually change.
Oh, yeah. Well, Pazak is a much more refined game than Sabak.
Sabak, you have actual cards.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Mikey's a big Sith supporter. It's such a great series. I wish that Disney would get their heads out of their rear ends and actually do a Darth Bane series, because that would be brilliant. But who knows?
Just give them time. They'll get to it eventually.
Who knows? Darth Bane's canon. He's still canon.
He is canon. Yep, he is canon.
When
was that established?
Mark Hamill
in the
played
Clone
in
Wars.
the Clone Wars.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, great.
I love talking Star Wars. Like, we could do a 3-hour stream just talking about this game and how it feeds into all the other Star Wars things.
We should.
I love
later on. Well, yeah, later on we should talk about the Acolyte. Although we probably shouldn't.
Well, didn't we? We kind of covered it last time, didn't we?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh yeah, why not?
Well, because I'm stupid.
Oh.
Oh,
it's an intelligence thing. I see.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I listen to reviews, and I take my biased opinion, and I don't actually form my own opinion about it. And so I've put it on the back burner
for yourself.
Right. Which again is because I'm stupid. So
nice.
I have seen, and we talked about this last time, the lightsaber battles look incredible.
And I had some dope lightsaber battles in that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's on the list of things that I need to watch only for the lightsaber battles. and I'm going to go into it like I go into everything now, which is, did I have fun while I watched it? If so, that means it was good. If not, then it was bad. So, you know,
it's the Acolyte is, and my kind of thinking about it after seeing it after a couple of weeks reflecting on it, it's like it's good. It's it's fun Star Wars. Is
a little murder mystery?
Is it perfect? Absolutely not. I kind of had some troubles with some of the acting.
Some of the dialogue was awful, just horrible.
Yeah,
just rotten, awful, boring, dumb dialogue. I'll tell you that. But only some of it. Only some of it.
Yeah. I would say it's more better than it is, awful.
Yeah.
So the positives outweigh the negative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Okay.
Yes.
And you know what? And I apologize, fellas. I still have to watch X-Men on the big screen and not my phone.
What, X-Men 7?
Yeah, I am so far behind on my Disney Plus shows.
You're only doing yourself a disservice.
Well, I'm just so behind on my Disney Plus shows. I've been watching a lot of the Amazon stuff, and I'm trying to catch up on The Boys. There's so much.
You haven't even caught up on The Boys?
No, there's so much good TV out there. It's hard to because I have to commit to one at a time. I can't watch them all separately. And
that's the thing is sometimes you just got to pick and choose. Honestly, I haven't watched The Boys because I knew I'd probably like it too much, but then there's tons of other shows that I want to watch.
Right, and I want to pay attention to these shows, so I have to beat Star Wars Outlaws, and then
I actually picked.
I can pay attention.
I actually picked Invincible over The Boys.
Oh yeah,
Invincible was good. I finally caught up on that recently too. I liked Invincible.
Yeah, and it's these two shows are pretty similar, so I've got to pick one, and of course, I went with the animated one.